Hiya, it's Owlet here, back with another Doctor Who review, and this week's episode is Death in Heaven, the conclusion to Stephen Moffat's finale. So I've got my somewhat master-like hat, and I think we're good to go. So let's get on with the review. So we know that last week I was a very disappointed Whovian. And this week, I'm definitely not going to say that I was amazed or it was groundbreaking. It was definitely just an episode of Doctor Who. But I've tried to find things that I liked about it this time, just so that we end on a more pleasant note than last week. But I feel like we should do the Is It a Moffat finale checklist before we start. So 1. Do we have a bad guy or alien from previous episodes brought back to life with a new twist? Yes. Do we have flashbacks to previous episodes from different series with different doctors? Yes, we do. Do we have the double death of a character who was previously dead but is not quite dead but will soon die again? Check, check, check. And is the whole world in trouble, and do we have multiple... Hang on, how many fingers am I holding up? Do we have multiple cross-live footage of all of that? We do! Bingo! It's a winner! It's a Moffat finale! Yay! You win nothing. That's it. You don't win when this happens. There is no winners. Okay. So, we open with Clara pretending to be the Doctor, which was a strong move. Intelligent. I liked that choice. We have the Cybermen pollinating now in rain form, which is new and weird and kind of confusing, but hey, I liked the idea of the Cybermen zombie reboot. I thought that was a cool idea, that the zombies, well, the Cybermen could rain their little information down into the soil, go into corpses, reanimate the dead. Very good idea as far as taking over the Earth is concerned. Also, you get to include zombies, and I like zombies. I mean, I don't like zombies in the fact that I'd like a zombie apocalypse, but I like zombies as far as narrative goes. So, you know, that was cool. Definitely an interesting reboot, not a path I was expecting. The Master was completely bananas, as she said many times, so she's totally unhinged, which was interesting. Do not think for a second that she is really dead, because if she is dead, what was the point in bringing her back for just that one moment of just like, hi, I'm here in a graveyard, this is your birthday present, happy birthday, P.S. I killed your friends, by the way, this is for you, and then just being like, oh, say something nice, gone. Just, I feel like it's not that simple, it can't be that simple. I hope it's not that simple, because it just feels like it was a waste of time if it was really that simple. Overall, I feel like the last 5 minutes of the episode in the graveyard, where Clara, you know, gave the Doctor the ultimatum of like, I'm going to kill the Master, don't let her live, and the Doctor was like, I'll do it just to, you know, save you from doing it, was probably the most interesting point in the episode. It felt like where there was actually something to lose, because the world's been threatened before, and it just felt like a long time before the actual plot kicked in or something dramatic happened. It was a lot of standing around. I mean, the Cybermen standing over graveyards were pretty much how I felt about things. In fact, there was a face that Missy pulled when Danny was giving his speech as a Cyberman to the Cyberman army. That summed up my feeling towards the episode nicely. If I know how to work magic, there'll be a picture of that face here. If I don't know how to work magic, I've just made air gestures. Find out. The issue I have with double deaths of Danny, so Danny's not really dead, but he's kind of dead, but he's a Cyberman, but that's feeling all the pain, is that it was very sad that he could tell that Clara was lying, and that we had to bring back those feelings, and Clara had to take the blame for, you know, treating Danny like crap. And she admitted that she's not very good at loving him, which was really kind of a sad way to send things off and end that relationship. But it was a relationship that was never really formed, and so once again, the idea of bringing back a character who was not really dead, who, you know, we never really felt close to, and killing him again, doesn't have the dramatic effect that I think Moffat thinks it does, because we've done that a lot with Rory as well, and other characters, and it just kind of makes it like, oh, here we go again. Though I do admit that this death was far more sentimental, and I feel like it was a better send-off between Clara and Danny. That being said though, it took a long time for Danny to reboot after his emotions were removed, so I don't feel like he ever really did. But they just stood there in their promise of love, cuddling awkwardly in a graveyard while the Master and the Doctor talked, so hey, it is what it is. I think it was very nice at the end though, when Danny's ghost came back and sent out the boy that he accidentally killed in war. That was a nice sentiment, so, you know, mad props to Danny, and it was a beautiful moment as well. I liked that the Doctor made a clarification in the episode that Clara was not just a companion or an assistant, but a friend. And then that Clara said that the Doctor was their best friend, and so we established that they were like BFFs for life, which is like totes sweet. That was really nice. I was a bit sad that Osgood got vaporized into a pile of dust and glasses, so like, oh, bye Osgood. Well, that's a bit sad. Kate Bishop? Kate Stewart? Hold that thought. Kate Stewart. So, you know, Kate Stewart was back and she was groovy and making all these commands and made the Doctor president of the whole entire Earth. And, you know, why they drugged them, though, was a bit weird. I don't understand that. They could have just, you know, only drugged Missy and then kept the Doctor, but I guess they wanted him to be compliant. I don't know. A lot of that didn't make sense, but that's human logic for you. When does it ever make sense? I didn't really understand how at the end, though, both of them are sitting at the diner telling these half-truths to each other. And I don't know if they were telling each other half-truths because they each believed that the other one had found happiness and so they didn't want them to like rain on their parade. But at the same time, I feel like if they'd just been honest, they could have grieved together. That would have been a more, I suppose, satisfying ending. But then at the same time, I did really enjoy the fact that when they just met at the TARDIS doors and Clara said, traveling with you made me feel really special, and the Doctor said thank you for the exact same thing. It reminded me a lot of Nine and Rose's final moments together, where the Doctor calls Rose fantastic and then says that he was fantastic too. And I really like that, and I really hope that it's just that simple, and I actually kind of don't want Clara to come back in the Christmas special. I don't know if she is, but if that's her final send-off, I'm actually quite okay with that. I think that was a very short and sweet send-off. And I also liked the never trust a hug comment, because it's so true, you can't see people's faces. And so that was kind of a profound little moment into human insight and emotions. But overall, the episode didn't really go anywhere. It definitely didn't win me over. I'm not like, oh, I forgive all the things I said last week. I'm definitely sold 100% back on the Who board. No. I'll probably watch the Christmas special just to see if they mention any more about Gallifrey, because we saw, you know, the Master say that Gallifrey's there and the Doctor travel out there and not find it and smash up his poor TARDIS. She didn't deserve that. But, you know, he's very heartbroken now, masterless man. So he's lost his best friend, he's lost his planet, and he's lost his companion. That's going to be one cheery Christmas special. Goodness knows that we're going to need a lot of chocolate or something to get through that. Think nice thoughts, cast a Patronus, who knows, whatever makes you happy. Yeah, that's it. That's me until Christmas. So sorry, this Doctor Who review season has been like a roller coaster, but that's what the show's been like. That being said, new Elementary has started, so I might start doing reviews for Elementary. So I might don a Deerstalker and see you all for that show. Toodles!